Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing good today. We're going to talk more about Aptera, and they are letting their engineers continue to work on their low voltage, high voltage wiring system. And so we're going to talk about that today. So let's get into this baby right now. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you here. It's good to have everybody checking in with Aptera and seeing what's going on with the company. And we know that they are letting their engineers, as they continue to work on the PI2, PI3, PI4, they're letting their engineers work on the high and low voltage systems as they are getting their vehicles together. Let's check this video out.
In preparation for this exciting time, the electrical systems team is continuing low voltage and high voltage integration testing for the components used in PI2 outside the vehicle. Now, this bench validation is a critical step to ensure that engineers have full access to the devices in a controlled, safe environment. Solar
So you can see here, as Steve brought out, that the electrical engineers, they are testing the low voltage and high voltage in a nice controlled environment. And this, he brought out, this is a very critical step in the Aptera's development. So this is really nice as they continue to take their time and make sure everything's going to work properly. I have a question for you. What if Aptera went to a 48 volt system? Would that fit in with Aptera's ethos? I believe it would, since they are trying to keep everything light and simple. And I actually have a clip here from Sandy Monroe talking to Elon Musk, and they're actually talking about the 48 volt system in the Cybertruck.
48 volts. I mean,
It's been a long time that it's been at 12 volts, far too long.
Yeah, 60 years.
Yeah.
So I've got a question for you. How difficult was it to move from 12 to 48? Because I know when the S came out,
Yeah.
I wasn't, or the Plaid came out, I wasn't happy. I thought you were going to do it on that. I was looking for that big giant weight reduction and cutting all the wire and whatnot. But this one, you've got it in. So how difficult was it to get that to happen?
Well, it's very difficult to change the bus voltage from 12 to 48 because all of the peripheral items, everything that connects to it has to interface at 48 volts, or you've got to step down to 12 volts.
Yeah.
So, there are hundreds of things that interface to the low voltage bus, and that's everything from the electronics in the car, the window, the window motor, the airbags, the seat adjustment mode, everything is set. The headlamps, everything's set to 12 volts. So the entire supply chain, the entire design infrastructure is set for 12 volts. This is why it's been stuck at this absurdly low number for a long time. And I think, it's people that know a little bit about electrical engineering. You don't need to know a lot, but just a little bit, will understand that you actually want a higher voltage in order to reduce the resistance losses.
Right.
So the heating in any wire is the current is I squared R. So it's the square of the current. So if you're trying to get a particular power rating through, then as you increase the voltage, you can decrease the current so that voltage times amperage equals your power. So to hold power constant. But the heating is proportionate to the square of the current. So you want to raise the voltage in order to lower the current, thus lower the heating in the wire. And the net effect being that you can have much thinner wires. Then as you raise the voltage, you can drop the thickness of the wire. So you can use much less, in a nutshell, you can use much less copper, and the wire harness weighs much less as you raise the voltage.
So you can see here, as Elon brought out, that a 48 volt system is much better than a 12 volt system in so many different ways. One of the ways is that the higher the voltage, the less current you need, which means instead of using a thicker copper wire, you can reduce the size of the thickness of that wire, which actually cuts the weight of the vehicle. So that's one positive aspect of going to 48 volts. The thicker the wire, that means the wire is going to heat up because of the more current going through it. And as the current goes through that wire, then it actually will heat up the wire. So when you're heating up the wire, that means you're actually losing energy through that wire because of the resistance of the wire. And so that way, if you make the wire thinner because you're not pushing as much current through it, then that will increase the efficiency of the power being used through that wire instead of being resisted. So I see so many positive aspects for this with Aptera looking for a lighter vehicle, and with the drop of the weight of the copper wire, that would work right in line with Aptera's ethos. So I could see the positive aspect of them going to a 48 volt system. But give me your thoughts on it. How do you feel about that? I know Aptera needs to come out with their PI vehicle first. They are actually on the move to making the PI 2, 3, and 4. And so we ought to hear something very soon about what's happening with those vehicles. But once again, how do you feel about if they should go to a 48 volt system? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys very much. You guys are always so helpful. And very soon we'll have our Aptera out on the road. And looking forward to seeing all the testing that are going to be done on the PI 2, 3, and 4 and bring that information to you. But until then, you guys take care. You have a good one. Don't forget, if you're new here, hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe. You catch all my Aptera videos when they come out. All right, y'all take care. Bye-bye.